Hello and welcome, Reprobate Gamer, and we're back carrying on this playthrough of Plants v Zombies. On our last one through, we just finished off level 110, and we just got ourselves a new plant, the Puff Shroom. So let's carry on and see what we'll be using that for. Let's just be clear in my throat, it's not the zombie. We are going to continue the game we've got already, as we can see it coming up now. And it's all looking a little bit different from last time, isn't it? We've appeared in the nighttime level. I've already pre-selected which ones we've got. So new to this now, our little Puff Shroom. You'll notice that our Puff Shroom is free. It doesn't cost us anything at all, which is quite nice. So we can use as many of those as we like. And we can just keep putting them out there. Of course, the main difference is on this one is that it's night time. So this means the only place we're going to get sun from is from the sunflowers. And hence why they've given us, at least to start with, a plant that isn't going to cost any money. As you can see from this, it's going to take me a very long time to get anything, generally a proper defense up with. If I say normal plants, I use that in terms of the game's logic and not necessarily what we consider to be the working logic of it. You'll also have noticed there's now gravestones. Gravestones do two things. They stop you being able to put any plants on, which is kind of the most obvious direct result. They also, there you go, I have unlocked carpentize modes versus I can pay them from the main menu. So the graves will also, on final waves, and possibly in all flag waves, they will, a zombie will come to life from them. We've also just been introduced here. Introduced here. Sorry, I was just reading what that one said. Introduced to the newspaper zombies. We start off slow, but when you take out their newspaper, they speed up very much more so. I think at this stage we're going to start putting in snow peas. I think we shall keep up our. And there's the Puff Shrooms. We'll keep rolling them out. The Puff Shrooms will become a fairly standard addition for pretty. Excuse me, I still haven't shaken this off. The Puff Shrooms will become a fairly standard addition for most, if not all, nighttime maps. The ability to throw down something that recharges quickly, shoots a distance, is fairly handy. They won't reach all the way across the screen. They have a limited range of fire, I believe. You'll notice this one's in this fourth column here. Will not often be joining in the attack. And we're already hitting the final wave at this stage. And you'll notice zombies have come up from all these graves. We'll add one more there. Put music is sped up to try and make us worried. But actually we are doing perfectly fine. And we start getting coins. Coins are going to mean something new as well, aren't they? So now we have the sunflowers, to be fair, aren't particularly useful in night time, so we have a new plant for night time to generate sun. The Sun Shroom. I believe it gives, well, we'll see. It is a two-stage release in terms of its sunlight. We've collected $290 in our coins from our zombies and not using, obviously. When you collect £750, I will sell you something really neat. Dave. Thank you, Crazy Dave. So, again, we're picking up here. We are not going to go for the sunflower on this one. It is also, we have unlocked co-op, so player 2. If I had someone available to play alongside me, they would be there. Let's see what we have. Let's go with that selection, because why not? Free grace. Okay, so we're going to do a much reduced layer of activations here. I have to admit, I'm not entirely certain what size I'm going to go with, but presumably I will be just aiming to put non-puffshroom plants within the first 5 columns, I guess, and then puffshrooms will just fill this last section all over here. Oops, running a bit slow behind there. And even though the puffshrooms look slightly different, there's the same plan as I've been using the first 10 levels, in that get as much sunlight down and in places you can to start with, or at least sun producing things you can get. And build it all up to catch up with the enemies as you go along afterwards. I think I got that one wrong. Okay. No, it's fine. We can work around that. Alright, so that's all my sunshrooms up and running. We are not going to plant any more of those in this game. Well, excuse me. Sorry, I say game, I mean level. Okay. Spitted. And you notice the large shrooms have put it there. So the large one will give me 25 points. Small ones, little 15. And there we go. This bottom row is fully complete. You can see exactly what I'm trying to build up for everything else I have. And we'll just be keeping puffshrooms over to the right hand side of the screen and building up these rows along here. I will not be trying to do whole rows at the time. I will be trying to get some form of defense into every row as quick as. Oh, hello. I say that. I suspect the bucket head zombie up there is going to make me change my mind on there a little. And I'm going to hope that I can get something going for these. There you go. We can get a snow pea down there. Let's get our next walnut in. I'm going to chuck that one in as sacrificial, which is absolutely what the puffshrooms are there for. When the plants not cost you anything, they are there purely in some cases as speed bumps. And are to be used as such. Okay, so that's now snow pea on every row. We've got walnut on every row. 2 chompers to add in. Oh, gold coin appeared underneath me. Let's get another chomper in place. I have to remember to keep putting those puff shrooms off to the right because they are doing a fairly useful job. And that we're trying to keep all the zombies to the right away from the walnuts. The walnuts can take a fair amount of damage, so we don't want to be doing testing there like too often. Hello. Arr, arr. I mean, the greys are quite getting in the way of where we'd like to be putting things in. We are getting now also a fair stock of sun. So all 10 of our sun shrooms have bloomed, I suppose is the right word. And this is in the final quiet stage for the last bit of the level. I guess a continuation of this one now, I could start putting potato mines down on this column here. But I'm fairly confident we're going to be okay at this stage. And if I've got this right, no zombie should ever have got even close to touching. Excuse me. Alright. So that's level 2-2. Let's have a look at this one. This one's going to be a key one of our defense in certainly in nighttime levels, and we may see it elsewhere as well. This is the fume shroom. So this can bypass defences and does a cloud-based attack, an AoE along the row that it's planted in. We will very definitely be taking those. We will keep snow peas. And I think we'll keep potato mines for the start. Right then. Lineup's going to be pretty similar to what we had just previously. We're going to keep those. This time we're going to be adding in the fume shrooms in place of the chompers. They are going to be much more useful to us, and they're cheaper, half the cost. Again, like a lot of the mushrooms, they have a limited area of effect. Put a bit of a row bump in for him. We'll take another one up there, ahead of that one. That's our first column completed. I need to just... Yeah, so we're aware that that one was on his way. As before, we're going to leave... I left the top row clear last time, I'm going to leave this one clear this time. So this one comes on the bottom, we'll just chuck a potato mine in. And then we will fill up the gaps behind him. And the advantage of having the fume machines in is they should allow us to start building up attacking lines a little bit quicker than we had for 2-2. And you'll see this is the screen door that it was talking about earlier. So the little push shroom is currently having to bounce. It's having an impact on the door, not damaging the zombie, whereas the puff shroom is actually causing damage. And it's entirely possible to damage the zombie without destroying the door first. Okay, I'm going to know our fume shroom in there. Let's put that walnut on that one. Put another puff shroom down there to slow that one. Let's get fume shrooming up and running behind. You can see that at this point they're reaching halfway across the screen, so any farther back to our left on those fume shrooms, and they wouldn't be firing as soon as the zombies arrive. At this point, that area of effect will be affecting every single zombie on this track. Whereas the peas will only hit the first one they come across. And this one actually is in a way simpler than the previous one in that we've already hit the final wave. So some of our sun shrooms still haven't gone all the way up to their higher level. And that fume shroom that at the top was able to take out 2 of them and save itself from being attacked. This then is our interesting one. Gravebuster is the second of our one-use plants. You can only plant it on a grave, and it will destroy the grave. I want to buy an extra seed slot. Costs you $750. We have to choose 7 seeds per level. We're at 6. I think we will say yes. We're up to 5,000. That is quite a jump to get the next seed slot upgrade, but it'll be oh so very useful. It's you too, Dave. So we've added javelins into this with extra slots, so we're pretty much going to take the lineup we just had. And then we're going to chuck the Gravebuster at the end. And we will be making use of that one, I'm sure, in this. Put the sun shroom down right from the off. See, for example, I could do, on my design I'd need a walnut where that little puff shroom has gone. And if I do that, you've got 3 along here, you don't get an awful lot of your speed bump shrooms in the way. So once we have a bit of reserves up and running, and you see this one's going to be a longer level, we've got 2 flag waves in this one. I could have put them down a square in front, which would have been a bit more useful. So we're just going to slow them down a moment. I possibly should have not been putting things in the bottom row and gone straight for potato mines, but it does mean then I've left my potato mine for that first conehead zombie. So we've got 2 mushrooms on every other level. We've got 9 of our 10 sunshrooms. Let's get the first of our fruit mushrooms in there. On that weakest. That's all our sunshrooms in place. Move him past that way. Footed. Oh, hello. I should have actually have put one of the small ones down a long way before that. Right. That fruit in there. And actually we've just got everything there, so I'm going to clear out that one there. Okay. Put that one in there. Put that one in there. That's the next gravestone. Yeah, I'm aware there is a zombie on the way. Okay, this is all fine so far. So we're just in the holding pattern. Just waiting. I think we can start putting in our swans, and while there's a gap, I'm going to put. Let's get rid of that grave. And we're going to chuck that one all the way there. And get that. I think. Let's put that one in that one. Didn't quite hit where I wanted to then. You see, the sunlight when it lands doesn't disappear straight away, so you do have a little bit of time. And I'd say the best trick with greys, once you've got past the initial clearing out anything that's going to block your defensive line, is you probably best start clearing out along a row. That way, at least when the zombies do come through on that final wave, you know that that row you're working on should be clear. Alright, so that's my defensive line set up to the left. Oh, missed the coin down to the right. Let's clear that one out. I can't do much to stop that one not using his thing till there, but we've done enough damage to him. It shouldn't be much of a problem. As soon as he's gone past, I think we should be clear enough to use up all the one-use plants are edible to zombies when they are going through their moves, as such it is. And see, it's already renewed. So if a zombie came along there now, it would be able to eat it. They are, all the one-use plants are quite fragile and can, I believe, almost all can be eaten. I think there's a couple that zombies wouldn't be able to manage to do that too, but pretty much all of them are. And see, at this point, having cleared out all the greys, we could have actually had the walnuts on this level here. I'm not going to change it. I'm not worried in terms of the numbers that we're going to get on this level. On later levels, I might have wanted to have risked defense line being taking longer to build, but being ready for those last couple of waves. And we'll just separate them out ever so slightly. Alright. So we have unlocked the Suburban Almanac. So we can keep track. So now we can actually see. This gives us details. So we can view zombies. We can see we unlocked 7 zombie types. And you get the nearest you get to stats in terms of low for their toughness, and speed is normal or fast. Some will put weaknesses in, so you can say the Froom Shroom. And they've all got these little quirky comments, so the top bits are the bits that are important for you in terms of actually the game types. The bottom bit is a bit more of a, yes, here's a little thing that ties in with this quirky world that we're based in. And again, it's your stats are lower than normal, so there's some semblance of you can roughly tell as damage massive or damage normal. Quite what those values are, I'm afraid I do not know. So, whack a zombie. Really? Okay. Squirrel. Cats? No, they're not rodents. I think he means squirrels rather than squirrels. The mat. Instead of me, ooh. And look, all those graves have suddenly appeared. And this is actually where a touchscreen is. Oh, there's the wrong button. This is when not having a touchscreen actually makes this a lot harder. Alright. And you notice there, graves do appear during this. Again, this one I'd say you're probably best trying to clear rows. And then you know you're safe on those rows of doing anything. So I'd really like to get a grave on that one. And then I want to get my next grave buster on this one here. And then I can concentrate a bit more on the top rows and not quite so much on these rows. But I'm putting down the potato mines as a bit of insurance, you might say. This is definitely a lot easier on a touchscreen. Oh, and the difference is with the ones with the hats, they take that extra hit. And then I will generally go, once I clear that row, try and work my way from left to right. Use that bit more time to react when they appear. They get quite fast. That's very annoying. You see, this is the point where the cherry bombs might come in useful, because it might just be cherry bomb down rather than tap frantically away. But by just doing a little bit more systematic approach to things, you can see we've knocked them down. We've gained our next new plant. It is a Hypno Shroom. I think we might bring that one into use quite soon, but I think we'll call that a break there. It's more than half an hour worth of footage. Thank you all for watching. Comment below, like if you can, subscribe, so lovely. This is Reprobate Gamer, and we'll come back to Plants v Zombies